Today I'm going to demonstrate how to open the NIDA student portal using Internet Explorer compatibility mode on Microsoft Edge. So I don't normally use Edge, but if I bring up the Microsoft Edge browser, the first thing I need to do is enable the ability to reload a website into Internet Explorer compatibility mode. So I'm going to make it a little bigger. I'll go ahead and zoom in. In order to do that, I'm going to go up here to the Settings and More bar at the top right of Edge, and I'm going to go down to Settings near the bottom. And when Settings opens, you'll see my profile and the different information. I'm just going to search Settings rather than digging through menus, but I'm going to type in Internet Explorer. And I'll get the results. If I go down to the section which talks about select which buttons to show on the toolbar, about 2/3 of the way down, there's this one here that says Internet Explorer Mode, IE Mode button. And I'm going to toggle the little radio button there. And when I do that, if you look up near my sign in, near the profile sign in the top right, when I hit that, you'll see a little Internet Explorer icon. It says Reload tab in Internet Explorer when I hover over it. That's grayed out right now because you can't do it, but when you go to a website that can use Internet Explorer, that'll become available and you'll be able to do it. So I've got that button available. I'm going to go back home, and now I'm going to get the NIDA student portal site. So it's right here, https://vm-svr15.nida.com, and then our WMU portal. I'm going to copy this web address and I'm going to put it in the bar here. And I'm going to go to that site. Now, if I open it in Edge, and I attempt to hook up to the trainer, I'll get a communication failure. The trainers are only able to communicate with Microsoft Internet Explorer at this point. There's also a driver that has to be installed on the computer, which was previously installed. So I've opened the NIDA site. Right here, I have that reload in Internet Explorer mode. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to reload. It's going to take just a second. And now it's open in Internet Explorer mode, and it brings up this dialog box right here, and it gives me the option where I can open this page in Internet Explorer next time. So I can enable that, and which you would want to do in order to not have to go through this process every time, and hit done. And it'll give me this pop-up that says you're in Internet Explorer mode. Most pages work better in Edge. This one we know doesn't. I'm going to get rid of that. So now I can log into this and use my student sandbox account. So you'll enter your username and password. And now that I'm in, if I've done everything correctly, and I attempt to go into a NIDA lesson, I should be able to make it work. And remember, I did have to install a driver prior to this. So I'm going to go into this parallel circuits one just to test. When it opens, it will try to open a new window. If it asks you to allow pop-ups, you may need to allow pop-ups. I'm going to get rid of this thing trying to get me to go back to Edge. And I can test this by going into an experiment in NIDA. And I have my trainer hooked up and I have it turned on. I have my experiment card available, and I have my multimeter test equipment. That won't matter for testing right now. But once my trainer's fully booted up, I'm going to start clicking through my experiment. And when I get to this stage here, it'll say set the trainer controls to the initial control setting. And if I hit next, and everything is done correctly, I'll get this screen right here, and my trainer will say CAI mode. If for some reason I didn't, I just went back, I'm gonna disconnect my trainer just to show what it would look like. If I try to go and there's an issue, I'll get this message saying there's an error communicating with trainer, and that's the same message you get if you try to open any of these NIDA things in either Edge, not in compatibility mode, or if you try to use Chrome or something like that. So if everything's been done correctly, once I'm at this screen here, and I have my trainer hooked up. When I hit next, it's going to take control. You may have been able to hear the little beep when it took control. And then I'll be able to go into my next steps where I can actually perform my experiment. And it'll turn power on and off, and I can enter my different voltages and that kind of thing. So for instance here, I think this one's 12 volts. So anyways, that's how you use Edge in Internet Explorer mode to access the NIDA training system.